What's going on, my guy?
How you feeling today?
I'm good, man. You all right?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
Glad to see you. Glad
Yes,
to be
sir.
here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You are our April 2023 Oliver Hill Senior Blackness Award recipient.
Man, I sure appreciate y'all, man. I'm just excited about whatever y'all doing out there. I'm proud of all the stuff that y'all guys are doing, man. I appreciate y'all for thinking about me, man.
Definitely, definitely. You have been instrumental in the community for years. Since I was a young kid, high school, playing ball, you out there getting on me about getting it right.
Getting it right.
Getting it right, making sure technique.
Yes, sir.
Technique is what's going to carry you through. I remember that. I'll hold that. I've held it on to me for years, even through the military. Held on to it for years, making sure I'm taking step by step, doing the right thing each time I do it. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
the
you.
man that you are. Appreciate everything that you've done for not just for me, but for my friends. Knuckleheads out there running around on the football, running around on the football field, doing our best to try to be the best that we can be. But through everything that we had going on at Rickards, you were the main guy that we looked up to, because we knew you cared about us.
Yes.
We knew that you cared about not just about us, but you cared about our future. And that is evident in everything that you do. You got Carter's Corner,
Yes,
you
sir.
got 24/7 Dads. You got so much going on, man. I can't even name it all.
We do it a lot, man. We just help people, man. We just do it in a lot of different ways, but we just help people.
And that's the reason why you're a recipient of this award. This award is about those leaders in the community that are actually on the ground doing the work, helping to build up the Black community, helping to take care of our people, our kids, and being an example of what Blackness really is, what a true leader really is. So
Thank you, man.
we appreciate you.
Man, I'm just happy to be a part of whatever you guys are doing, like I said, and you guys have always been, I tell parents all the time, I appreciate you for letting me practice being a coach on your kid, right? Because I'm just practicing. I'm trying to figure this stuff out. And your generation was totally different than the kids now, but you guys gave me something to build on while working with the new group that's coming through. So I try to tell them all the time, boy, y'all ain't doing nothing new. I done seen that before. I had a group just like you, but I know how to deal with them. But I appreciate y'all, man, because you guys gave me an opportunity to be a coach and to work with you guys. And without you all, I wouldn't have been able to coach. So I appreciate y'all, man.
Definitely. So today I wanted to interview you to give you a chance to share your story. You've been doing this for over 20 years.
Yes, sir.
And you have a beautiful story that I truly believe can inspire other men that are out there who want to get involved, who want to be a part of kids' lives, who want to really help out and be a pillar in the community. So I want to give you a chance to share that story.
Yeah.
So my first question to you today, Sam Carter. Who is Sam Carter?
Man, Sam Carter's a little guy from Southside Tallahassee who, mom and daddy met at Rickers High School and bled blue and gold into me from the day I was in the womb,
Man,
right?
you blue and gold through and through.
Man, my mom almost had me at Rickers, man. I'm talking about what I'm saying? So, I tell folks all the time, I'm truly a Southside product. I am a guy who, came up in an environment that a lot of kids been told that you're not going to be successful because you don't have a daddy, because y'all don't have money, you don't have the resources like others do. So just, settle for what it is life's gonna give you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Play the cards you was dealt type of a story, right?
Yeah.
Well, nobody told me that I didn't actually have to be the dealer. So I decided that I was going to change my future a long time ago, and I was going to use sports to do that. So I really focused a lot on playing football. I wanted to be good. I wanted to work hard at it. I wanted to be one of the best guys on the team. So I've always been, that kid that walked around the neighborhood with his little football and played football everywhere he went, and had the two little brothers that played football. So that's been my life, has been surrounded with sports and athletics. And as I've gotten older and as I went through school and went through college, I realized that I could use sports to be a blessing to others because it blessed me. It got me out of the neighborhood that I grew up in, which is 2502 Holden Street, you know.
There it is.
So a lot of cats, you know, have fallen short of the mark getting out of that environment, not because they weren't good guys, but because they came out of a real tough environment. And it's just hard to come out of those places unscathed, right?
Yeah.
And I was blessed to be one of the kids that got out, not unscathed, but I got out.
Yeah.
Right. And then I took that opportunity of being a role model to another level by not just getting out myself, but bringing others with me. So when I came back home in 95 after I graduated from college, my main goal was to try to help my little brothers and any other kids that wanted to go to college, because I wanted kids from my neighborhood and kids from my community to experience what I just got a chance to do. Like, dude, like I didn't know nobody that went to college and played no football when I was growing up.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what that was like. And then when I got a chance to go off and do it, experience it and see it, dude, when I was flying from stadium to stadium playing football, I had buddies on buses riding from prison to prison. We the same dudes, came up in the same neighborhood, went to the same schools,
played ball together,
did everything, went to walking for all that stuff. We did all that stuff together, but I was blessed to get an opportunity to go do something different. And because I was given that opportunity, I wanted to come back and let other kids see, man, y'all just don't know, man. Them folks got lunchroom. You can eat all you want. This ain't like at Neil's where you just get one little potato and the little meat that you put on the potato bar. You know what I'm saying? One little slice of pizza, you know, half a grilled cheese and some tomato soup. Man, these folks got a place where you can eat all you want to eat. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Like these folks giving you free cleats and clothes and shoes. Man, I'm flying from this place and I done been to this place and this. Dude, without going to the military, most of our kids don't get to experience stuff like that. So I wanted kids to do that. So I came back home and tried to help as many folks I can. I've been doing that ever since, man. That's what my mission was, to help my two little brothers and anybody else that wanted to do what I had just finished doing. I was going to do everything I could to help them. So over that process and time, I just kind of, you know, grew into who I am and started to realize in order for me to help the kids that I was helping, I couldn't just help them in football. I had to do other stuff with them. I had to get them better prepared so that they wouldn't go off to school unprepared like I was, because I didn't know how to go to college.
Yeah. So
I had to learn how to go to college, and I figured it out as I went. So when I came back home, I was in a space where I was able to tell guys that, hey, you ain't got to pass all the tests. Just make sure you go to class every day.
Make sure you go to class.
You know what I'm saying? Show up every day. Do your part. Do your part. Try. Ask questions. Raise your hand. Tell the teacher, I don't know. You know, so those things help you. So I just came home to give guys the formula, man, and that's, you know, kind of where I started at with coming out to Rickers and teaching and coaching.
Now, was Rickers your first time coaching at
Rickers,
high school level?
Rickers was my first job. Like,
really?
Dude, I got hurt playing ball. I tore my knee up and couldn't play anymore, and called Ricky Bell and said, Coach, I got hurt. I need a job. And Coach Bell said, well, when you get up and get yourself moving, come out here to the school to talk to me. I left TMH, had a knee brace on my leg, came out to the school on crutches, and Coach Bell was like, man, I ain't tell you, you know, you had to come the next. I was like, Coach, man, I just want to coach. So Coach Bell gave me my first opportunity coaching JV football at Rickers. So that was my first job, like being a high school coach. And then once I got there, I started seeing all these college coaches come to recruit and all that. And I'm saying to myself now, man, these cats don't know no more football than me now. I mean, like, how they get to, you know, do all. So I started just interacting with a lot of the coaches. Then I realized, man, I want to coach some college ball. Yeah. So then I started trying to pursue that, and that's when I left to go to Troy. And I left to go to Troy, start working at Troy. I was getting my master's degree. And a lot of folks don't know, and I tell people all the time, and you see this on my sign, it says success is measured by sacrifice. Yeah. I came up with that when I was driving down I-10 because folks just don't understand what I went through in order to do what I actually did. Like when I was at Troy, I wasn't getting paid a dime. I was a student assistant, grad school kid, and I was commuting. I didn't even live in Troy. I lived in Tallahassee and went to school and worked in Troy. So that means for an entire year, I drove back and forth from Tallahassee to Troy while I was coaching Division I college football and full-time student in grad school. So I was taking 7 credit hour classes while I was coaching in the fall, and then I turned around and took another 17 credit hours in the spring so I can get my master's degree in a year.
Wow.
So, and that's on top of a family and trying to figure it out and not having any money. So I was doing a lot of stuff, PowerPoints for other students, washing cars, doing the night job, the bounce at the club type thing. I was down there anyway trying to make sure the ball players ain't getting in no trouble. Might as well pay me $30-$40 to babysit. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what the owner was doing. He realized that, the guys would listen to me. So he was like, man, if you're going to be down here, man, you might as well just help me. So he paid me a little change to help him out at the club. So I made a little money doing stuff like that throughout school because I had a family to take care of. But dude, I literally got my master's degree in a year while I was coaching D1 football and driving 3 hours every day, back and forth one way. So that's a 6-hour commute daily.
Man, that is it. Success is measured by sacrifice.
Yes, sir. You're
right about that one.
Yes, sir.
So my next question to you is, you've talked about how you've done so much just that in that brief time of coaching football, being a student, in and out jobs, taking care of your family. What drives you? Because that takes some mad determination and some serious drive to be committed to all of that.
Dude, my drive every day is I want my family to be taken care of by me. Like that, like me, it's my responsibility. And I'm not talking about just my kids and my wife, my family, like my 2 little brothers. Like, even though they got grown men, 42, 40 years old, they still my little brothers.
Yeah.
So I'm still responsible for them. Even though they're grown men, they're my little brothers. So I'm responsible for them at this point in time, even in their lives. So I take that role as being a big brother serious. I take the role of being somebody's daddy serious. I take the role of being a husband serious. I take the role of being my mama's son serious. So because I understand what my role is in every one of those folks' names and lives that I just called out, because I take that role in their life serious, I've always been focal point. And, and I tell folks, and I don't say it in a bad way, and folks look at me crazy when I say it, but dude, I don't want to be like my daddy. And that's sad to say that I didn't want to be like my daddy, but I didn't want to be like my daddy because I did not want to be the dad that I am now. So I looked at, all right, how was I treated? What happened with me and my 2 little brothers? And I decided a long time ago, I wasn't going to do my kids like that. So, in a way that it might not be as positive as it can be or it should be, my dad is the reason that I am how I am, because I didn't want to be like him. And that's, it is what it is on that day right there. I love, he my dad. I can talk about him. You can't, right? You know what I'm saying? He my daddy. So y'all better talk about my dad. Right? I can talk about him. But he gave me that I'm going to do better. And I'm going to make sure that my brothers are better dads than me. And I'm going to make sure that my sons are better dads than all of us, because the family's going to grow and get better, because they're going to see the leadership and see what I bring to the table as a dad. And then they're going to grow up and say, oh yeah, my daddy would have took care of that, or my daddy would have. And then they got somebody that they can now be like and look for. But until me, my brothers and my family, we didn't have no guys that we wanted to be like. So I had to be that person, man.
Hey, somebody got to be the first.
Somebody, hey, mama, somebody got to be the best.
Somebody got to be the best. I love it. I love it. You've been doing social entrepreneurial work for about 30 years now?
Man, about 30 years now, bro. I've been doing this a long time.
And the road of a social entrepreneur is a hard one.
Yes.
It is a tough one. It's hard to come by funding. It takes a long time for anybody to even consider you legitimate,
right,
real, to even care about what you actually are caring about and fighting for. What has kept you through the years? What has kept you fighting for the dreams that you have, or the visions that you have?
People depend on me. Like I honestly have people who rely on information that I bring to the table, the vast knowledge of information that I'm able to explain and disseminate through our community, the access to resources that I have because of the folks that I've been able to meet in my life and the people that I've been able to acquire as champions in my life, so that I'm able to spread their gifts and their positivity throughout the community that I work and serve in. But man, at the end of the day, man, it's just one of them things where, it's tough to do what we do, but at the end of the day, somebody got to do it. Somebody has to be an encouragement for the kids. Someone has to be the person that, looks outward, not always inward. Like someone has to be the person that looks outside of the bubble that they're in to know that they're even in a bubble. Because some people don't know that they're in a bubble. I know that we're in a bubble because I came from the outside of this sucker in here to tell you that you're in a bubble.
Yeah.
Like you can't tell me that the world not bigger than here. I don't left Southside Tallahassee. I've gone and seen places. I know that there's some other things going on in this world that we were not raised to understand, see, and be a part of, but it still don't mean it ain't happening.
Yeah.
Like just because you don't know how to ski don't mean folks ain't out there skiing somewhere in Utah.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
So I was able to see things outside of my own bubble, so that gave me the drive to want to get others to see that there's a big world out there that we need to use to help one another. Like that's my whole process. I tell people to help me where they work, worship, and play. So my drive every day is trying to get the best out of everybody else. Like I want everyone to contribute to the community being a successful place that people be thriving in. So I'm just constantly trying to find the next champion. That's it.
It's a mark of a true leader. In everything that I've been through, military, everything, that's the one thing that I see that separates the true leaders from people who are just out there, managers, as I call them. The true leader cares about the people that they're leading. They care about their growth. They care about, their success, and it's about them.
Right.
It is about them. It's not about me. It's about them, because as they grow and succeed, I'll grow and succeed. And I'm not, so you are the example, man.
Man, I mean, it's one of those things where folks don't consciously understand, and sometimes they don't even consciously think about the results and the effects that they have on others. Like your actions will determine someone else's outcome at some point in time.
Yes.
I take that serious. I'm not leading people off the ledge, and I'm not a loser, and you ain't about to teach me how to lose either. So if you come to me in a space or a place that's not of positivity or of growth, or someone that's trying to accomplish, then we're going to change that mechanism that's pushing you in the negative direction and try to get that switch to a positive one. So I've always thought of all of you guys as special in your way. Like everybody brings something to the table. And whatever that is, I'm going to do my best to bring that out of you so that you can contribute what you are best at to the team. Even if that's when we get inside the 5, if you can't do nothing but run the jump ball fade, that's your play.
She'll play.
And that's what we're going to put you in the game to do. I'm not going to put you out there to run the slant or run the dig route or run the curl route. We're going to save you till we get inside the 10, 5-yard line, and we're going to throw you the fade, bro. Because that's what we need.
You're going to execute it at
Everybody has something that they do well. Mm-hmm. Good coaches and good leaders find that, and they capitalize on that for the betterment of the group, the community, or the team. I've just been blessed to be able to pick up on what folks are good at and help them excel in that area so that they bring something to the team. They're not left out.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody brings something to the table, man.
Everybody brings something to the table. Everybody brings something to the table. And it's great that you're able to take even those who don't even know what they can bring to the table. You can help them identify their skills, help them identify their gifts, and truly cultivate that and bring it to fruition. So that's something that I love about you. You know, like I say, coaching us back at Rickers, we looked up to you because you were that one coach who cared about us. We can feel it in the way that you talked to us, in the way that you were passionate about us. You got on us, you got on us, but that's a part of the job,
right?
And
iron sharpened iron.
Iron sharpened.
We are in a gladiator arena, right? Men are around men, and the only way for me to sharpen you and your tool is to be abrasive. So I have to deal with you in a certain way. That's why the military and athletics have very similar tactics. It's pressure, right? We put guys in extreme pressure situations to see how they're going to respond. Mm-hmm. We train you to respond in a certain way when the pressure is on.
Yeah.
So I have to keep that on you throughout the training process, right?
Yeah.
So that we can see the success rate for you. Mm-hmm. And that's all it is, man. Like I've always told all the guys, everybody know, man, y'all know I love you to the bone. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing you can do about it.
Nothing you can do about it, and you show it in your actions and how you even carry yourself. So I appreciate you for that. What is because you mentioned that, you're a leader of a bunch of different organizations. You are a father, you're a coach, you do, you got the officiating that you're doing, you got management, you got so much that you're doing. What is the title that you are most proud of?
Minister. I come to help. That's that. Don't get it twisted in what the Bible and what the word says about preachers, evangelists, prophets, ministers. Like all of those words mean something. Mm-hmm. And they don't mean what your grandmama and them may have told you it was. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about those words have defining meanings. People don't understand what those words are, so they get them conflicted, and then they take people in their lives and their positions and they misappropriate them in a space or place that's not meant to be. I don't want people to look at me as a pastor or a preacher because I say I'm a minister. Mm-hmm. Those are not the same things. No. A minister comes to provide help and aid. That's what I do. I'm just here to help, man. Like people try to make this stuff complicated what I do. Yeah. And it may be complicated because some people are looking at it from a earthly way of physically doing stuff. And I'm looking at this thing from a spiritual manner that helps me physically get things done. So I just come to help. So whatever people have a problem with, Lord have given me a knack to figure out how to help them in that issue. And that's what I do. I just use my resources. I use my talents, my treasures, and my time to bless other folks' lives with whatever it is I can do to help them. That's it. That's all, man. It seems to look complicated because we do a lot of stuff. But in order for me to help these kids that I'm working with, I have to help the environment that they come from.
Yes.
And the people that is within that environment. Like it makes me, it does me no good to build somebody a house that the people inside the house are constantly setting stuff on fire. Because they're going to need another house tomorrow because they're going to burn this one down.
Yeah.
So I got to go inside this house and get people to put these fires out.
Mm-hmm.
Stop setting stuff on fire. Stop looking for stuff to burn up. Stop wanting stuff to get burnt.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know.
Yeah.
And then once I get that environment straight, now we can start fixing what's going on and help the people in the house. But until we figure out how to get little Tony right, we gonna have problems with little Tony. And little Tony looked like that because somebody put him together.
Mm-hmm.
So if Mr. Potato Head come to school and his nose where his eyes supposed to be, and you fix him, and he's fine all day when he with you, the guys that we talking about, the Sardak bars, the Jit Lees of the world, the Kendrell Plumbers of the world, you know, some of these kids and these guys that we worked with that were great kids, but they were when they were with me. But it seems that when they went wherever they came from, they came back the next day with their eyes where their nose is supposed to be again. Mm-hmm. And then I fix them. And they fine with me all day. So how many times are you going to do that before you go try to figure out who putting Mr. Potato Head together?
Yeah.
So when I go to the house and I see who putting Mr. Potato Head together, and I see, come here, Mama, your nose where your nose where your eyes supposed to be. And then I'm talking to Big Mama, come here, Big Mama, come here. See, I can't keep fixing little Tony because Big Mama need help. So until I fix Big Mama, little Tony gonna have to hold on because he's fine.
Yeah.
Big Mama need help. So I get Big Mama, fix her. Get her to see that her nose is where her eyes are supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And then she look at her daughter and say, girl, why your nose where your eyes supposed to be? And the daughter say, Mama, because you fixed me. You the one put me together. Mm-hmm. Well, I ain't know how to do that. Somebody told me that I was supposed to do that. My grandmama couldn't read or write. Mm. So my aunts and uncles learned from her based on what somebody told her. She couldn't read. Mm-hmm. So she knew what people told her. Yeah. So what did they do? They told us what she told them. And generationally, we are killing our kids because we're following traditions and things that were put in place that nobody truly learned or knew. Mm-hmm. They were told. So I go in all these houses in the communities that we work on, and I try to fix people. And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. No, but that is what's needed. That full service wraparound support.
Wraparound, yes.
That is what's needed because, like you say, if I continue to fix you, but the environment you come from is broken, every time you go home, you're going to come back broken. And it's a never-ending cycle.
Yes, and I get tired of people breaking my toys. I got some nice, good toys. I put my wheel back on, and I come back tomorrow, and the wheel off, and the handlebar crooked, and the seat gone, and now I got to go find another seat, put the wheel back on. Like that's what we're dealing with, and because teachers and some of our folks that are in admin are so busy trying to be in that leadership of administration, they miss the mark on understanding that we must do a better job of supporting where these kids and where these men in our community are coming from. Because our men are being beaten, battered, and broken.
Yes.
Not on their own merit, just because of the environment that they're in some cases. So, I'm just trying to figure out how to make these environments better, man.
Coach, you are the epitome of this award. You truly are. Like I say, this award is about honoring those leaders that's on the ground, that's truly dedicated, their selfless service. They're there fighting for the community, giving it all. So I want to take this moment now to present this to you.
Man, I sure appreciate y'all, man. Y'all cats,
open it up and check it out.
Y'all cats in here taking care of little old me, man. This is crazy, boy. It's nice, man. I feel like Christmas, boy. I feel like Christmas, man. Well, I got a perfect spot for it, too. Oh yeah. It's nice, man. I sure appreciate y'all.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, we appreciate all that you do.
When folks come in here, they're gonna be able to see this. I got a perfect spot.
Well, yes, we give you that because we honor everything that you do. We appreciate you. We love you. We truly honor you because you are one of the ones that are on the ground giving everything that you got for this community.
Man, I sure enough thank y'all, man. I mean, just for you guys to, just to think of me in that light, because all I was trying to do is help y'all learn how to play some football. and any of y'all that want to try to do more than play football, come on, hang out with me, do whatever, man. I just appreciate y'all for being good kids, man, because y'all guys were always good guys. Like, you were always solid kids that were trying to be forward thinking. And this kind of stuff right here shows how good of men you have become, because you've taken those skill sets of not only embracing what someone did for you, but now you guys are giving back, man.
Yes.
And you guys are giving me a whole nother little bit of energy now. And I sure enough appreciate that right there. I ain't got too old just yet.
Not yet.
I'm getting there, but I ain't there yet.
You ain't there yet.
So thank you, Ma.
You're welcome. Welcome. So before we go, I want to give you a moment to give some encouraging words to anybody that's going to see your interview. You want to, kids, whether it's adult, kid, men, women, whatever, give them some words of encouragement, inspiration, help them get through the day, help them, reach their goals or whatever it is that you want to share with
them. Man, I tell folks all the time, man, don't take for granted life. Don't take for granted the opportunities that you have before you. Success is measured by sacrifice. When you start telling me what you want in life, I'm going to ask you what you're willing to give up to get it. And if the two don't match, you're not going to get that, right? So the next thing that we make a mistake with people all the time is we're constantly telling kids and people they need to make better decisions. But if they got horrible choices, then how are they going to do that? You stab you or shoot you. If those are your choices, what good decision are you going to make out of that? Yeah. So I tell my kids all the time, you want a better life, change your choices. Like, give yourself some better choices in life. Yeah. So that way, when you do make a decision, they're not drastic, they're not catastrophic, they're not deadly, they're not harming, right? So my main thing that I want people to do throughout their life is to give themselves better choices so that when they do make decisions, their lives will be better. And, just continue to grow and love everybody and just be the best that you can be so that the people around you can be better.
Simple.
That's it.
That's it,
man. I love you, man. I sure thank you, man. Appreciate y'all.
Welcome. We thank you for all you do.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
The loving that you've been looking for. Have you looked around? Matter of fact, forget that you can just stop looking around right now.